Today I'm going to be starting with a pack of these 10 paint mixing sticks, and you can grab these right from Lowe's or Home Depot for just a few dollars. And I'm going to start by making a mark right at the top here, right before the groove, and using my metal shears, I'm just going to cut it. And then I decided to cut on the 7-inch mark. And then I just go down an inch, 6-inch, then to the 5-inch. And these metal shears aren't meant for cutting wood, but they really work well with the popsicle sticks and anything thin like this. And I just went down until I was at 2-inch mark. Next, I took some scrapbook paper that I got from Hobby Lobby. They're like 59 cents each, and I started with my longest paint stick, and using my rotary cutter and my mat, I just cut the length of paper I needed to cover it. And I'm going to use some Wise Owl varnish. Now, if you don't have the Wise Owl varnish, you can certainly use Mod Podge. And I'm going to use a Gen foam brush and apply the varnish on top of the paint stick, lay the scrapbook paper that I just cut on top of it, and then top coat it with a layer varnish. And since this is a thick scrapbook paper, you do not have to paint the paint sticks prior, but if you were using a napkin, I would certainly paint them a color beforehand, and lighter is always better. And I just repeated this step until I had all of the paint sticks that I had pre-cut covered with the scrapbook paper, and I just rotated between the two designs. And then you want to set all of that aside, and that needs to dry. I then grabbed this 10 by 12 piece of wood from Hobby Lobby. It was originally $11.99, but I always try to grab my wood when it's 50% off. And I'm going to start here by using some Wise Owl black paint. I want to cover it fully and allow that to completely dry. Once that was completely dry, I then took my Wise Owl Republic Red and went on top of it. I'm going to use some iron oxide and just paint one full paint stick that I had not cut yet. Once everything was dry, I took my pieces, and using some hot glue, I'm going to glue down starting at the dip in the bottom of the paint stick. I'm going to take my longest piece and go to the shortest piece. And as you can see here, we're making a tree. I went back to my block and I took a 220 grit sanding paper and I just sanded it. And I love the black underneath the red. I think this looks really nice. And you can distress this as much as you want. Pull some of the black through. You want to remove all the sanding dust. And then I just take my furniture salve and I just give it a top coat. And this really brightens up the paint. And you just want to rub it in. I use a cotton sock. I then took some hot glue and I'm going to glue my paint stick tree on top of the piece of wood. And I have a little red bow I put at the top and a small gold star that I top the bow with. Now guys, you can leave this just like this. I think this looks really cute. But I'm going to take it a little further and make it a little more personalized. I have these wood circles and I printed 4 pictures. And I'm tracing the wood circles on top of the faces in my pictures. Now here I have 2 circle sizes, but I really ended up going with the small ones. So I take my wood piece, I add some of the varnish, lay my picture on top of it, and I'm just going to let that dry. And now I'm using regular picture paper. I have this silver cord. I'm making small little bows, and I'm leaving the tail of the bow long. And I just snipped it, and I'm going to glue the tail to the back of the wooden circle. And then I'm going to glue that piece onto the bottom wood stick. And I'm going to do this on all 4 of the wooden circles. And these are just going to act like little ornaments hanging from my tray. Now again, I did use some of the larger circles here, but I really was not happy with the end result. So I switched them all out for the smaller circles. So this is what it would have looked like with the 2 different size ornaments. But again, I decided to switch out the large circles for some smaller ones. So I just repeated that step of applying the picture onto the wooden circle. I was able to just pull the cord off of the large wood ornament and replace it with the smaller one. And I did the same thing in the top left corner here. And I just thought this was a cute way to just customize this cute little tray if you have grandchildren or if you want to make a special gift for somebody. And then in the areas that were blank, I just took some really small wood beads that I had. And I'm just going to glue them randomly on my tray. And there we go. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Paint products can be found on our webpage at chalkitupfancy.com. And don't forget, you can check out some other tutorials over on our webpage as well. Have a great day.